Okay, hello everyone. My name is Marco. I'm here with Mal. Welcome back to the Cartoon Soup podcast. Today we're talking about a short film called Port by the Sea. Let's get started.
Okay, long ago, the four titans, who made all living creatures, lived in harmony. Until one day, when Tiamat attacked, he flooded the world in an attempt to claim humans, so the others created the moon to imprison him in it. And then something about the moon being the iceberg that was cracked open. I wanted to be a little silly, I wanted to be a little goofy, but I'll get into the real recap now. Okay, two kids get attacked by a sea creature, which ends up with their ship getting damaged. They go on a fetch quest for a village's handyman in exchange for him fixing their boat. They realize that the vicious sea creature from before was the man's fishy that was corrupted by a fragmented piece of the shattered moon. They remove the piece, and everyone lives happily ever after.
Okay, so I thought the Jolly Roger was supposed to be some kind of crab plush, but then I found out they're an actual crab, and that really made me side-eye the main character. I know, I mean, they literally threw a live crab at the fish monster, like, and it's the other character's pet, and I know, I'm like, okay, and I know you wouldn't have a problem with this because she is mean, um, but I personally have a problem with
We
it.
need to stop with this. We need to stop with this. You need to stop pigeonholing me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I can't just like a character because she is mean.
What did you think about the main character?
I thought she was okay.
Okay,
She
I
felt
thought she was okay
very
too.
she felt very one-dimensional in this.
Mm. The beginning of the pilot was a bit info dumpy, but since this is a pilot, I think I can excuse it somewhat. I mean, I didn't actually hate it, the info dump. I just thought it was interesting, but definitely not the best way to start out the story. Overall, not that much of a hater about it. I do think it should be different in the actual series if it becomes an actual series. When the repair guy talked about his missing wife, I was like, oh, so he lost his wife. But then I was like, what if he was actually talking about the boat? Like, what if he was actually talking about like a missing boat? But then I was like, nah, that wouldn't happen. But then it turned out to be a fish, and I was really surprised. That surprised me. I love the old timey vibes of this show, and the song that we got at the end of the pilot really worked for me. It reminded me very much of Over the Garden Wall, for in the end of Over the Garden Wall, we get this like old timey song while all the characters we met so far in the story are shown in the background, and they kind of did the same thing with this pilot. So I think I really liked both instances of it. It's just something that I do really like overall. Can I just say I love it when authors or writers personify death? Like I can never have enough fictional portrayals of death as a character, and I always think it's so fun. And even though it usually is the same every time, it just really works for me. I think it's so fresh. For me every time, even if it is like somewhat the same character every time. I absolutely adore that aspect of stories where we get personified characters of death. I really like that.
And how did we feel about this personification of death?
I liked it. I liked how they said like they hinted at like one day you'll come and meet me or something like that, and I really like that. I really like lines like those as well when it comes to personifications of death.
Okay. I liked the little touch of sassiness, I think. I think that death should always be sassy. That's my personal opinion.
I do agree with you on that. I really do. I can definitely see this show becoming a we need to collect all the moon shards plotline, and I think that could work for the characters if they kept traveling around the world. I think it could be fun.
Like Inuyasha.
I was going to say that, but then I was like, no, what if I don't? What if I don't say that?
No,
But yes,
I need to. I can't not.
like Inuyasha, exactly.
Inuyasha and Shira, I can't help but try and reference it whenever I can. Okay. So I love the moon and how people use her in media. I feel like every time the moon is a focal point in something I'm watching, it's good. Sailor Moon, Avatar: The Last Airbender. I know that there are more, but I did not write them down for some reason. You know what? Port seeing a viscous deep red liquid dripping through the ceiling and deciding it's not his problem until it comes up again later is so me-coded. I felt seen. Speaking of Port, I think dot dot dot. I think we got our first not annoying, competent and useful male character. And let me tell you, I was shocked, but fully welcomed it. Port was a breath of fresh air, or as Mark would say, a breast of fresh air.
Why'd you have to call me out like that?
I They don't even get it because I cut out every time you make that mistake.
Do I say that often?
You've said it probably like 3 times that I've caught you.
Breast out.
Breast of fresh air.
Wow, I can't believe I say that. That's hilarious.
But how did you feel about Port as a character?
I felt indifferent to him. I didn't hate him. I didn't love him either. I think he was a nice character, but like overall, he didn't really. It wasn't someone I cared about. But I am happy that he wasn't someone that you found annoying because that's rare for you.
It's so strange that whenever I feel like, well, no. In many times, many instances where we have a guy character who has a personality, we'll say that. I feel like we rarely ever agree on whether or not we like him. I feel like we're always at odds.
I think we are because I are we on odds because I'm pretty sure Dreamcatchers. I personally didn't hate Star, but you did. I think the only one other than that is like Gregory from Over the Garden Wall because I absolutely didn't hate him at all. And you didn't, and you actually really liked him.
Oh, you did hate him?
I don't think I did. I think I said I did. I hate him. I don't think I did,
I think you didn't like some of his tendencies.
but I didn't hate him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do like disagreeing with you though.
that's nice, I guess.
So, Marco, if this were to be on one of the big three cartoon channels, Disney, Nickelodeon, or Cartoon Network, which do you think it'd be? And yes, there is a right answer.
I have no clue. I want to say Nickelodeon. Just because the beginning, you no. Here's the thing: you joked at the beginning and like gave like I think a slight Avatar: The Last Airbender reference, and now that's on my mind.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Avatar: The Last Airbender was like a like
No, you're right. You're right. I
a
know what you mean now.
once in an eon event for Nickelodeon.
No, I'm right. I keep forgetting that most Nickelodeon shows aren't like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now that
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
It for me, I was totally thinking it would be Disney Channel. It it didn't have enough abstract concepts for Cartoon Network, I felt like, and it wasn't stupid enough for Nickelodeon. There was just an overall feeling of like positiveness that bled through this pilot and that just screamed Disney Channel original. I haven't watched either of these shows, but it was I don't know, it was sort of giving off like Star vs. the Force of Evil and Gravity Falls. I might be wrong on that because I haven't watched either of those shows, but from an outsider's perspective, that's sort of the vibe it was giving.
I haven't watched either of those shows either, so I have no clue. I could not tell you.
Well, I'm still confident in making that assumption for no reason. And that's all I had to say.
Overall, I thought this was a nice pilot. The vibes were great. The characters were solid. Nothing I just liked about this show. I thought it was fun. Yeah.
I was pleased with this pilot, and I demand more episodes. So much more lore was dumped into my brain, and I need it to be expanded upon. Not just that, but they gave me a guy character that I liked. That's a rare find that needs to be cherished. I don't know if there are any plans for this, but I do hope that something will happen with it. You know, I can totally see Netflix picking this up, canceling it after one season because it didn't get a billion views in zero point 0.1 milliseconds, and then not giving the rights back to the creator.
I hope for a better future for this show.
Oh, I feel like
But
animation, the creation of it. You know what? Never mind. I don't want to talk about animation. The
you don't want
animation
to talk about
world.
the depressing state of animation?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the depressing state of the arts right now.
Yeah, yeah. But I do hope good things for the show. I think it's a really solid show. And hey, if more episodes come out, I would gladly watch it. I would probably enjoy it too.
I concur.
Anyways, you guys, that's our thoughts on Port by the Sea. Our socials are in the description. We also have a gaming channel. Check that out. That's everything for now. Goodbye. Don't let your brains become soup.